In this video, we are going to build an n8n workflow which receives lead data from an Apollo workflow, verifies the email address with MillionVerifier, filters out the bad quality email addresses, enriches the lead data with Apollo again, and sends the lead data to an Instantly campaign. To demonstrate this, we go to Apollo. Under People section, we have set some of our filters. The email is verified, the job titles are CEO and founder, and the industry is real estate. We select some of these people, click Add to List, select our list, add to list. And now we are waiting the Apollo workflow to run and trigger our automation. Our automation has been triggered, and as you can see, MillionVerifier returned a risky quality email address, so we didn't continue our process and we didn't send the lead to Instantly. So we will select more people and add them to our list, and it will trigger automation again. So our automation were triggered 3 times again. And in this example, we can see that the email was good quality, so we enriched the lead through Apollo and sent the lead to Instantly. And if we go out to Instantly campaign, refresh it, we can see that we have now 2 leads coming from Apollo. So now let's build this automation. First, we will need a webhook. We will set the method to post. And for now, we will publish this. And now we will create a new Apollo workflow. So we go to Apollo. First of all, we need to create a list of people. You can give it a name. Then we need to create a workflow. Click on Workflows. Create workflow. Start from scratch. Our trigger will be based on a trigger event. The event will be contact edit to list. Select the contact list. And we can also set some filters. I will set that the email status is verified. Say filters. Done. Our next block will be at the bottom, send the webhook. The method will be post. Now we are going back to our n8n workflow. Click on production URL. Click on the URL so it copies it. We are going back, entering the URL here. And we will also need to create a body. This is what I will use. So we have a first name, a last name, an email, and the email status. Click on Done. Launch workflow. So now our workflow is ready. We will need to do a test run. So we click on People, set our filters. I will select 2 people, add to list. We will add to our newly created list. Go back to n8n, and under execution, we will wait for our automation to be triggered. So our automation were triggered. If you click on it, can see that it received data from Apollo. So what we can do is copy to editor. And as you can see, it pinned the data, so we can reuse it in our next steps. So the next step will be an HTTP request sent to MillionVerifier. This is the URL that we will use. Our authentication will be a generic credential type, query auth, create new credential. The name will be API in lower cases. To get our API key from MillionVerifier, log into your MillionVerifier account, and under your account settings, and click on API keys. Copy your API key, and paste it under value, save it. Then we also send the query parameters, email, and we will map the email from our webhook node. Now we can run this. As you can see, MillionVerifier verified that it's a good quality email address. The next step will be an if node, where we will check for this good quality. So map the quality from MillionVerifier and is equal to good. In case if it's true, our next step will be an HTTP request again, now to Apollo, to enrich our data. The reason is because all the options that we can send from a workflow is limited, and enrichment gives us much more information. This is the URL that we will use. Authentication is generic. Type is header. Create a new credential. The name will be x-api-key. To get our Apollo API key, log into Apollo, admin settings, integrations, click on API keys, API keys again, create new key, and for APIs, I will select contacts/search and people/match, create API key, copy it, and paste it under value, then save it. We will also send some query parameters such as first name, last name, and email, and we will map our data coming from the webhook. First name, last name, email. We can execute this step as well. As you can see, it returned enriched lead data. Now we can also pin these nodes. And our last step will be to send these data to an Instantly campaign. So we need the HTTP request again. Select the method to be post. This is the URL that we will use. Our authentication is generic. Type is bearer. Create new credential. To get our token from Instantly, go to Instantly, click on your account, settings, integrations, API keys, create API key. And for scope, I will select all and create. Now copy it and paste it under the token, save it, and we will send the body using JSON, and this will be our body. To get our campaign ID, we can go to Instantly, campaigns, click on our campaign, and from the URL, we can copy our campaign ID. We also send email, first name, last name, company name, job title, website, phone number. These are default values in Instantly. We are mapping the values from our webhook for the email address and from our previous Apollo enrichment HTTP request. We also send some flags like skip if in workspace and skip if in campaign because we don't want duplicates. We can also send some custom variables under custom variables such as Apollo ID, industry, employee count, LinkedIn URL. These are also values that we receive from Apollo. So now we can execute this step. Go back to Instantly, click on leads, and as you can see, we have received new leads in our Instantly campaign. Now, after everything is done and tested, we can unpin these nodes and we have to publish our workspace again, so that from now on, whenever we add the lead in Apollo into a list, it will run our workflow and send the leads to Instantly.